Hey y'all, my name is Kayla and I am back with another Bachelor recap, and we're going to be talking about episode 4. But before I get into the recap, I would like to say that for everyone who is hating on Claire, talking down on her name and disrespecting her, I honestly think y'all should calm down. Just calm down just a little bit, because the whole point of the show is for hopeless romantics. People like me, people like you who loves to see love. She got her slice of happiness. She got her piece of the pie. Can we just allow her to enjoy it and eat it in peace? Like, no matter how she came upon it, if y'all don't agree with it, it doesn't really matter. Sis is happy. Sis is thriving. Sis is in love. And that's the whole point of the show, is to find someone, meet them, fall in love, get a ring on it. And she did everything. She did all of that. So she accomplished the show. You know what I'm saying? She might not have gone it the way you would have gone about it or I would have gone about it, but we really don't know what we would do unless we're in the situation. Regardless of the fact, I felt like she held herself in a respectable manner. And if you disagree, then tune out. But like, don't be rude, okay? Okay. Now, let's get into this recap. Hi, my name is Kayla and I am back with another video. Hello, my name is Kayla. Hi guys, my name is Kayla and I am back. You're gonna have ex-boyfriends. You're gonna have relationships. Like, it's not your fault. It was so much hot tea. Like, hot tea. It was so much hot tea going around. I don't want half of someone's heart. Like, if you are still feeling some way for your summertime, it's the best time to make goals that will help me, better me. So the episode starts off with the guys talking about how they felt about the last group ceremony and how no one got a rose. They're saying that, like, how it hurt them that no one was eligible to get a rose. And they're just talking about how it hurt their feelings. They were sad, blah, 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 depression. Then it cuts over to Chris Harrison and Claire talking. And Chris was like, listen, these guys aren't no dummies. They know exactly what's going on. They know that, like, you're not really feeling it. So, like, sis, what is tea? How are you really feeling? Is Dale the one? Claire's like, yeah, like, I'm feeling something real special with Dale. Like, he might be the one. Like, I think I'm in love with him. I think I'm falling in love with him. And then Chris is talking to her, asking her if they had any form of communication before the show took place. And she's like, no. She swore on her daddy's grave, and people take that seriously. And I believe her. So they had no form of communication before the show. She did admit to going on his Instagram page, like looking at his stories. But as far as communication, they have had no communication before the show took place. Then starts talking about how she sees her dad in Dale, like his strength and just certain characteristics that she's seen in her dad that she sees in Dale. And I just feel like, again, like I said earlier, if anyone has a problem or an issue with her and Dale or anything like that, then they're crazy. She found a man who is similar to her father, and you know, we should all respect it and be happy and excited for her. After speaking with Claire, Chris goes into the room with all of the guys, and he lets everyone know that there will not be a cocktail hour or a rose ceremony. And that sends everyone into like a panic, like, what? Not a rose ceremony or a cocktail hour? And so then, while everyone is there, Chris is like, also, Dale, can I speak with you? Chris takes Dale away. He talks to Dale and says, listen, Claire wants to spend some one-on-one time with you, and she needs to, like, get to know you better. She has some things she wants to talk with you about. And so, yes, Chris takes Dale away and to spend some time with Claire. And this leaves all of the guys, like, speculating, like, why is Dale being chosen? Why is he getting to spend some time with Claire? And then they start saying, like, oh, is it just gonna be Claire and Dale now? Like, what's going on? She needs to just tell us so we can go home. And they're all just like speculating things about what could possibly be happening between those two and what it means for them. So now moving on to the date between Claire and Dale. So this is, I guess you would say, like their first one-on-one, their first, time together, because they never had a one-on-one besides this. So it started off at like a dinner, and they're talking, and she's like, yeah, like I see myself falling in love with you. He's like, yeah, I see myself falling in love with you. Like they're having just like a really cute moment. And then they start talking about their parents, how both of their parents' love stories kind of resemble one another. They both also tragically lost a parent. He lost his mother, she lost her father. And in their parents' love stories, both of their parents, like individually, like Claire's parents, her dad seen her mom at like an event or something, and then like he hitchhiked his way across town, across the state, whatever, until he found her. And then that's like super cute. And then the same thing happened with Dale's parents. So like they have resembling parental love stories, and that is very wholesome. And then they were just bonding over like their parents and their siblings, and they're just talking, and it was just, my heart was melting, because I'm honestly just happy for her as a person to find her person. Like there's nothing else I can ask for. But anyways, after their little dinner, they're walking around, and then there's a tiny little concert. I believe that the people who were performing were on like a singing version of The Bachelor, and they were the couple that won. And they were performing their song, and Dale and Claire was just dancing, and like it was really, really romantic. And then they went back to her place, and then magic, it was morning. Like, oh, morning. And I think the funniest scene was the dog, and he was just on the couch. He was kicked out of the bed. He was on the couch, and he did not look happy. That was so funny, the dog just laying there. But yeah, so then they woke up. She's like, oh yeah, nah, nah. He's like, nah, nah, nah. And then Chris comes in. And Claire is so excited. She opens the door. She's like, hey, Chris. I'm like, girl, you had a great night. I'm happy for you, sis. Her and Chris starts talking about what they want to do with the rest of the season, and it's very clear that Claire cannot move on with the other men. So she is telling him that, like, yeah, it's Dale. And so then Claire goes to the group of guys, and she's like, listen, I respect all y'all for coming out here, but I have found love in a person, and that person is Dale. None of the men could act surprised. Like, upset, yes. Surprised, no. So I don't want to hear none of that from none of them. You cannot act surprised. What is his name? Oh my God, I can't think of his name, but I'm gonna insert it. He's just acting so shocked. He's like, Claire can't be in love. Claire can't be in love. We all seen this coming. Like, it was just so clear. It was just so clear. Honestly enough, most of the men took it extremely well. There was one guy who requested that she apologize to the group for wasting their time, instead of like sending them home night one. She apologized for wasting their time, but apologizing for falling in love and meeting the love of her life, she was not going to do, which I completely understand. Most of the guys was like, yeah, we understand that you found love. This is what the show is about. I want you to be happy. I want the best for you. It was a lot of that going around the room. Then Claire leaves, and it's just the guys there. And then they're like, oh, well, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna go home? Like, what's gonna happen? Dale is talking, I don't know if it was in a confessional or whatever, but he was talking, and he was saying that he was excited to explore Claire and explore life with Claire. And then he talks with Chris, and Chris is like, yes, she's expecting a proposal. But they ended up getting engaged, which was really cute. A part of his proposal was just like, yes, I'm committed to making you happy. I'm committed, to seeing you happy, smile, la la la. And then he gets on his knees and proposes. which was very, very wholesome. Not to take away from it, not to dim anybody's light, anybody's shine, but it's just my opinion and my thought, and I must say it. I hope that he got engaged because he wanted to get engaged and not because it was an expectation from Clare or that, Clare was really pushing for it. But they're still engaged, so I'm guessing that's not the case. I'm guessing he really wants to be engaged, and so they are. So, but when I was watching that did come to my mind. So yes, they're engaged. They are happy. I'm happy for sis. She deserves it. Okay, now moving on. Okay, so then Chris Harrison goes to the group of guys who are still there, and he's like, listen, I can understand how your feelings can be, you just broke up, Claire's gone. I can feel like I can understand if you have some form of heartbreak, but if you want to stay, there will be a new Bachelorette coming. If you want to go because you can't handle like your feelings and your emotions and things like that, then it's best that you go. And he said, I'll give you a day. No, I'll give you till tonight to figure it out. Now, y'all, this is where my serious concerns come into play. Because Blake Moynes and Jason Foster are the two people who I am very, very concerned. I'd assume that they would have packed up their bags and gone home because they act extremely invested into Clare. But no, they choose to stay. So I'm trying to figure out how this is gonna work. Because Blake, first of all, was dumbfounded that she got engaged and left. He thought he still had a chance. It's just like he was obsessed from day one. I mean, like, I guess you come into the show liking the person and knowing something about the person, which makes you extremely attracted to them. But he just seems oddly like just really whipped. And so does Jason. And I feel like their heart is not going to be in it for Tasha. Tasha is the new Bachelorette. And I just don't know. And I also feel kind of bad for Tasha with how she's being introduced into the season, because it's like these dudes literally just received a blow. That the girl that they was with or wanting to be with has just, moved on. The guys don't know who the Bachelorette is. So she's walking into a group of guys blind, and they're walking into, like, they're blind as well. So it's like, it just doesn't sit well with me. Like, okay, like when you sign up to be on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, you know who the lead is going to be. You are clearly, attracted to the lead. You know a little bit about the lead, and so you're excited for this lead. But with her walking in, and they're all fresh, kind of like on a breakup. They know nothing about her. We don't know if they're going to be attracted to her. And I just feel like that's just, I don't know. It sets sis up to me, it's just setting her up not to win. I'm hoping that these guys can, pull it together, brush off Clare, keep it pushing, and open her with a clean slate and with open arms. But to me, the whole beginning of this, I'm not really feeling. I do think that it's unfair to have sent all of those guys home. Well, actually, I don't really think it's that much of unfair, because it's like eventually every guy was gonna get sent home anyway, except for the one that Clare wanted to be with. So the process would have got cut short, but like it was gonna come to an end eventually. I don't think it's completely unfair to give her a whole new set of men and have the men who were on her season go to Bachelor in Paradise or something. I just don't like the whole idea of like a sloppy seconds. And maybe I'm just looking at it from like a negative perspective, but I just don't think it sets this up right. You know what I'm saying? It just it don't sit right with my soul. But she seems very positive about the situation, except in a preview, which is for the next episode, which is why I just wish that they would have gave her some fresh, clean men. But hopefully she too finds her piece of the pie and she finds her happiness. This episode was not as cringy as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like But it really wasn't. It was very wholesome and very sweet seeing Claire and Dale, having them, seeing their connection, hearing them talk with one another. And also the end of the episode, seeing them in the kitchen, like cooking, like it was so cute. And anybody who has a problem with their love story, like they tripping. They're tripping. Y'all, this show. I'm screaming.